Bang, bang, gang, gang. You at it again, baby, with Gangish. Back together like butt cheeks. This is going to be a new set of videos that I do where I just speak on a topic, where I just pick a topic and I speak on a topic, something that I know deeply about. Right now, I'm going to talk about dealing with the cartels. Recently, Runner did a video, Runners Collective did a video about talking about the cartels. It's nonsense. You don't learn anything. I'm not going to tell you anything crucial or anything critical, but I will tell you what it's like dealing with the cartel. I had several dealings in and outs with the cartel throughout different spans of time. Down below is the link, Coffee Brand Coffee, 5% off, promo code Gangish, right? And now a message from Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee is American owned, roasted and shipped right here in the U.S. with fresh roasted flavors like blackberry cream and my personal favorite, blueberry cobbler. They've got coffee for everyone. I don't know if you're a coffee person, but I am. They've also got organic teas like Sunpower Green and Breakfast Earl Grey, and even cocoa for people who prefer cocoa. So if you're looking for coffee, down below the link, promo code Gangish, 5% off automatically. Tap in the link down below, 5% off, promo code Gangish. So let's get into talking about the cartels. How did I end up dealing with the cartels? Well, the ways that I ended up dealing with the cartels is that I was a booster. And I was not only a booster, I was a traveling booster. Once I realized that I could steal cars and I could travel. I mean, the only thing stopping you, if you can steal at one store, you can steal at another store. And the only thing from stopping you from stealing at both of those stores is the distance, is the travel time, or how much gas it takes to get from one distance to the other, right? So if you just steal cars, well, then that nixes that out. And then you can maximize. Just don't even play games. Just steal as much as possible because you're already going balls to the wall with the stolen car anyway. So it makes it's a felony off the top. It's basically felony shoplifting, right? So, but if you do it at a string of stores, if you hit 18 stores in a day for $300 to $400 a store, you can do the math. You end up with $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 worth of merchandise at the end of the night, right? Well, if you end up having a particularly good day, you end up with $10,000, $12,000 worth of merchandise at the end of the day, right? Well, you bring this to a dope man, even a good dope man, a lot of them can't. They're like, I can't do nothing with this. I don't got this much dope. I'd have to give you all the dope I have, all the money I have, and then I'd have to go get you some more. You know what I mean? I can't do it. So eventually, after a couple times of this happening, and then me bringing stolen goods to the Connect, and then being like, dude, we've still got stolen stuff from the last stuff you brought us. Whether the freezers are full, my wife's got everything that she wants, the kids got everything they want. We don't know what to do with all of this stuff. They had to pass me off. They ended up passing me off to the Mexicans. He says, hey, man, I'm gonna pass you off to these people. He says, I trust you. I vouch for you. I know you won't burn anybody or nothing like that. He said, but I'm going to pass you off to these people. I says, okay. So he says, get a run ready. Get a run of stuff ready. I says, okay, cool. So I got a whole carload full of stolen shit, right? Lobster and crab and a lot of makeup, a bunch of makeup and like high-end salon products and stuff like that. So I shoot up there. I probably got $3,500 worth of stuff, right? I shoot up there, and we go in the first room. It's me and the homie AZ, the homie from Bloods, not AZ Ruction. This is one of the homies from Bloods, from Zero Man Posse. We go up there, and he says, or we go in the front room, and there's a woman in the front room, and she's got a hot woman, you know what I mean, a white woman, speaks English. She says, hey, what's going on? Just kick back for a minute. She goes, you guys want to, you want to get high? Sure, whatever. So we're all smoking a bowl, smoking speed, passing the pipe around, and da-da-da. She goes, come in the back room with me. So we go in the back room, and we're chilling. And then about maybe 10 minutes later, she says, she goes, hold on real quick, just stay. We're just sitting in the room. We're just sitting back there getting high. And she walks out, and she comes back. She said, come on, guys. And she said, grab all that stuff that you guys got. Okay, cool. So we got it's like 4 trash bags full of shit, right? So we drag this shit in there to this garage, and there's like 3 Mexican dudes in there. And they're like, hey, what's going on? Da, da, da. They don't really speak English, but generally, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Cool. Whatever. And we don't speak Spanish. Me or the homie don't really speak Spanish. Just say, hey, what's going on? And so they start looking through the stolen shit, and they're like, oh yeah, the crab legs and all that. They're on that, like all that immediately. The one dude just started going for the crab legs. I had like a whole trash bag full of crab legs. He was trying to find out what wasn't crab legs in it. He starts pulling stuff out that was, and he's like, I'm gonna take this one. So, but I'm selling, and there's a couple women there too. They have women with them, and these women are going crazy over this makeup, right? There's like a huge bag full of makeup. And these women, it's high-end makeup, generally high-end makeup, like Ulta brand, stuff like that, Too Faced, Sephora. No, not Sephora. Sephora's a different store. But like Too Faced, Naked, things of this nature. Urban Basics. So it was called Urban. Anyway, not the point. So anyway, these women are going crazy over this stuff. Urban Decay. That's what it's called. Urban Decay. High-end makeup. Good stuff. Good stuff. These women are going crazy. Women are going crazy about the situation. They're checking out this makeup. And so they start, okay, yeah, I want this, how much? And we're adding it up and da-da-da-da-da. And we made like an ounce, maybe in like $700 or $800. I think like between the two of us. And I gave them, like I said, like 3,500. And ounces back then were like 800-900. And I made, so, it was like 1,500, made maybe $1,700 for, $3,500 worth of stuff. So we gave them a good deal, but they were cool. I liked them. Now, as for how the people acted, they're nothing but hospitable. This is every time that I dealt with them. There was free dope. Whenever they weighed out dope for you, it wasn't weighed out. It was like handfuls, like an ounce was like a handful. And you would always you would basically just end up getting more. They were just throwing it in the bag. They would have a huge bag and they would just be throwing it in the bag. So you'd always end up on the fat side of whatever. You'd never end up short or anything like that. It'd never be cut. It'd never be no garbage. It wouldn't be the best dope in town. It wasn't like super fire or nothing like that, but it wasn't cut. It was never trash. And this house that they had, I went and looked at it. It's still there. It's still up in North Denver. It's been condemned, I'm pretty sure, because whenever you try to sell a house now, they test it for methamphetamine out here. I don't know if they do that in every state, but out here, if you try to sell your house, if your house goes up for sale, there's a mandatory test that has to happen, and they go test it for methamphetamine. They can't sell that house. I know that's why that house is sitting there in the north side. I made a little video next to it, and I decided not to show it just in case, because the cartel might own that damn house. For all I know, they own that house. Or somebody who did own that house was renting it to them. So I actually made a video, was like, oh yeah, I used to deal with the cartel here. And then I was like, nah, you know what? I'm not going to do that. So another thing, as far as what cartel they were, that doesn't come up. That's never come up. It's never been an appropriate, at any time whenever I was interacting with these people, was it ever appropriate for me to be like, oh yeah, what crime syndicate are you from? Right? When would that ever be appropriate? That's not an appropriate question, right? So it never came up. I don't know what they were, right? But everybody knew what they were. I mean, ain't nobody else plugged in like that. Nobody else has an endless supply of Mexicans. No other Mexicans have an endless supply of Mexicans. That is one thing they had, was an endless supply of Mexicans and an endless supply of drugs, right? So they were somebody. What cartel? Oh, nobody asked. Don't ask, don't tell. They were some of the most polite, nicest people that you'd ever meet. You were always happy to do business with them because you knew you were going to get plugged, right? You knew you were going to get plugged fat. You knew they were going to hook you up. There wasn't going to be no nonsense. When you went up there was going to be some fine ass chicks smoking dope, ready to get high with you. That's how they set the place up. There's some fine ass chick at the house all the time getting high, waiting for you. And they'll tell, oh yeah, someone's coming by. We'll be by in a little while. And then you just go get high with the chick until the dudes are showing. And we did this numerous times. What are you gonna do? The what you calls about there being, what do they say? They say, oh, they showed like the black Suburbans and all this. I never seen any black Suburbans. That's usually the feds whenever you see a black Suburban. And so the ones that I saw drove like little Chevys, S10s, Rangers, Tacomas, not even really big trucks. The funny thing is the cats that got those big, huge trucks, them are the cats who want you to think that they're connected. They want you, they're all flashy, and they want you to think, the ones with the big dualies and it says Zacatecas on the back and all that, causing all this attention, and they're bumping, those are the fools who want you to believe that they're connected. The ones that were actually connected, homie, were quiet. Quiet. Never heard them bumping no music. I ain't never heard them fools bumping no music. Dressed nice, but not over the top. Just normal Mexican gear. Little trucks, either by themselves or with a woman. That was generally it. And a lot of them would keep women that didn't speak Spanish. However that works. It would be a guy who didn't speak English and a woman who didn't speak Spanish. And they would travel together. I don't know if that was by design, but I've seen that twice. Mexicans rolling around with women who didn't even speak Spanish at all. The stuff that they say in the movies is nonsense. Most of the stuff that Gunner was talking about is nonsense. They're extremely non-confrontational. They don't really want any problems with you. They don't want any problems with anybody. They are a syndicate in a foreign land. And your ability to exert control in a foreign land can be hard. It can be very hard. I'm going to use my homeboy's name. My homeboy's name was Jones. We'll call him Jones. And Jones used to run around the west side a lot. Everybody knows who Jones was. And Jones got caught sleeping with somebody he shouldn't have been sleeping with, I think. And took somebody's truck. Jones took one of these cartel members' trucks. And they put a green light on that fool. And he lived with that green light in the hood for a couple years. He was able to evade it. He's a smart dude. He's not stupid. I believe he was in the military, if I remember right. And he didn't move like a dummy. He would be very careful with the way that he moved and the things that he did. Wasn't loud or boisterous. He just wasn't that type of dude. You know what I mean? He was a low-key type of dude. Cool dude. He managed to evade the green light of the cartel for close to 2 years before somebody was able to straighten it out for him. Because, things have... If you don't catch somebody, things got to get straightened out. Right? Eventually, somebody's going to come to... Eventually, there's going to be a deal that happens where they're like, hey, we got this dude over here. How about we leave him alone? Right? So, was he out in the open, running around, and everybody know who he was? No, not at all. He moved like he knew he had a green light on him. He would move. He moved smart. You know what I mean? But he was able to evade these people for years and keep his life. He ultimately was able to keep his life. So this tells you some of the difficulties that are involved with extending power into another country. It can be really hard to extend power into another country. And I have no doubt that if I had met these people in Mexico, some of these people in Mexico, they might not have been so friendly, right? But here, they are businessmen. They are foreign emissaries in a foreign land. And it's their job to come here and make as much money as possible, and that's really it. They're not here to take people's lives. They're not here to gangbang. They're not here to have problems with you or beef with you or sweat you or drive around in big caravans of black SUVs like you see on the internet. They're not here to do any of that. They're here to make money. They're here to get here, blend into the Mexican population, and make as much money as possible. That's their whole goal. That's their whole goal. So, yeah. That's what I got on the cartel. 5% promo code, Gangish. 5% off. Link in the description. Coffee Brand Coffee, man. And now a message from Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee is American owned, roasted and shipped right here in the US with fresh roasted flavors like blackberry cream and my personal favorite, blueberry cobbler. They've got coffee for everyone. I don't know if you're a coffee person, but I am. They've also got organic teas like Sunpower Green and Breakfast Earl Grey, and even cocoa for people who prefer cocoa. So if you're looking for coffee, down below the link, promo code Gangish, 5% off automatically. Tap in the link down below, 5% off, promo code Gangish.